back in Isaiah 14, verse 2. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord Yahweh.
God, so we're going to possess all of these other nations. We're going to possess these Rothschilds, these rich elite banking families. We're going to possess the royal family that's over there in Great Britain. You know, which they believe that they're the true 12 tribes of Israel, man. They believe that I believe what is that the U.S. is the house of Joseph or something like that. The Europeans in the U.S. are the house of Joseph. Going to hell off. Which they're not the true tribes of the nation of Israel. And then they have the audacity to believe that the ones that call themselves Jews, they'll say that they're from the synagogue of Satan, but all y'all are the same people. So all of y'all are going into slavery.
That's right.
Go ahead. As well as these other nations. Go ahead.
For servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord Yahweh shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou hast Salakia was made to serve. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how have the oppressor ceased?
Which Isaiah 14 is speaking about Nebuchadnezzar, but in this time it can be applied to America, because America is spiritually Babylon.
That's right.
You know, go ahead.
The golden city ceased. The Lord Yahweh have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers.
Because right now the staff and the scepter is in whose hands? It's in the hands of the Rothschilds. It's in the hands of the rich elite banking families.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered.
So when this devil is being persecuted and being taken down, none's gonna hinder. You know, none's gonna come to his rescue. You know, because he made himself an enemy of all of the nations on the planet Earth. Here it is, you got America that just put tougher sanctions, the toughest, they say it's the toughest ever sanctions on North Korea. You know? We spoke earlier about Japan and how they bombed Japan. You know, they dropped Fat Boy and Little Man on Japan. Here it is, you got even America, they're turning against their own allies. America doesn't want to fund the NATO anymore. They don't want to give money to the UN anymore. So guess what? Hey, that's the spirit of the Lord, because even their own allies are going to be against them. Go ahead.
God, the whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
So when this devil is taken down, when the so-called white man is taken down, hey, the whole earth is going to rejoice. These other nations, they're going to be rejoicing. They're going to be happy, even though they're going to be in slavery too. Because eventually they're going to be able to go back to their own lands and have their own communities, man, and live their lives. But they're still going to be under tribute to us.
Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee.
Even the trees are going to rejoice because this devil is taken down. That's how much this devil has destroyed the earth.
That's right.
Earlier we mentioned what? Everywhere he goes, he brings what? Death, destruction, and calamity, man. Trees can't even go right. Fruits can't even grow right. Hell, your bodies ain't even right. You're sick all the goddamn time because this devil is poisoning everything. The water in Flint is still poison. Go ahead.
And the cedars of Lebanon say, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us.
Right, because this devil chopped down trees just so he can build a soccer, you know, like some shit that nobody even needs, nobody even gonna use. He'll just chop down just because he don't like the view. But then he constantly chopped down so many trees, man. It's amazing how we're still able to breathe air, man. Basically he's just destroying the earth, and also in a symbolic sense, the trees represents us, man. You know, we're like to trees. This devil is constantly killing us. Go ahead.
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming.
Which is death, man. Death is ready for you, on every side. And that's what they're about to inhabit. Look, they're not in trouble like we are, man. They lived a good life here in America, being nigger haters.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Hey, can I ask you a question? On this chart right here, where does like Gullah people fall in?
Gullah?
Yeah.
I don't even know who Gullah people is. Who is Gullah? Where are they on the map today?
Like Sea Islands in like North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida.
Who do you
Like,
say?
okay.
Gullah,
Well,
G-U-L-L-A-H.
well, I'm not too for sure about who's on the island now, but I know that before this devil came here, our people were inhabiting those islands that are in that region. You know, so chances are that they might be from one of the number 4 on down to 12, from one of the northern kingdom of the nation of Israel. You know, so they could be from the nation of Ephraim. You know, they could be from I'm not even too for sure. You know, they could be from Ephraim, Manasseh, Reuben. You know, one of those people right there. They could even be from
this kingdom here.
Yep, because down in North Carolina, Florida, the Florida Everglades, Alabama, those were the Reubenites.
Okay.
All right.
I know, like my great grandfather was born in North Carolina in 1850, but I haven't found any like proof that he was enslaved or nothing.
Okay.
So
if I could ask you, because I just looked it up, that's majority of tribes that were in that area were Seminole Indians and like Puerto Ricans, and they ruled that area before the so-called white man came over and took them. So majority of them could be that tribe. It could be because that's who was ruling. That's who got that plot of land was Reuben and like the Puerto Ricans. They were over there dwelling in that area.
They were forced out of that land by the devil. You know who we're talking about now. You know, it's just so it's not even ironic that you came up here around the time that we were talking about this devil, and pretty much how he takes all of the lands, he takes the resources, you know, and he takes them unto himself, even if you have to do it through killing. And he did a lot of killing of the people that are from the tribe of Reuben, and also from the people of the tribe of Gad.
Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
What was the reason you asked that question?
I was just wondering if y'all knew anything about the Gullah people being affiliated with like Seminole Indians, or like what group they would be more affiliated with.
Okay, so you know a little bit about this?
A little bit.
Okay. How'd you hear about it? Would you watch YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Was there a specific group?
I'm not sure. That's why I was trying to like kind of find out. Cause
okay.
I know my dad was born in Mississippi.
And well, you know, say likewise. I don't know what tribe I'm from exactly, but I have faith that I'm an Israelite. You know, because my spirit agrees with that message. You know, can somebody grab Romans 8:16? You know, now the thing is, the reason why I asked you if you knew a little bit about this, or how'd you hear about it? Did you hear about it like through watching YouTube? Because a lot of brothers hear about it through watching YouTube.
I learned about it through YouTube. And I was just trying to find out more about like my paternal line.
And then I was also asking because depending on who you watch on YouTube, I would know how to explain it to you. You know, see if you're on the right track.
I stumbled across like looking for like the origin of like my haplogroup kind of.
Okay, well, you don't have to worry about the science of it, right?
Can I get it?
Because like you're right. your lineage does go to through the paternal bloodline. It does go through your father. All right, according to grab that in Numbers 1 and 18. It does go through your father. You know, which pater in the Greek means father. So it does go through your father's lineage. So whatever he is, that's what you are. All right, but I mean, really, when it comes down to the DNA or the science aspect of it, we can't trace that back, because really with that DNA thing, you can't trust in Esau's science. You can't trust in the so-called white. I got you.
The only thing I was interested in was like the haplogroup of science.
Well, you don't know according to the haplogroup, all right? Because like I say, you can't trust in his science. You might trace your DNA, right? And it may be 99% of one point. You know, what I mean is, it may be 99% of 1%. I remember when they were doing the whole thing with Ancestry.com, and you had Negroes tracing their lineage, and they were telling them that they were from this tribe in Africa, from that tribe in Africa, from this tribe in Africa. But when they got down to the nitty-gritty of it, they were saying that they were 99% of 1% of that tribe. You know, so really when it comes down to DNA, you can't really trust DNA. You have to go according to the spirit of faith. Now do you believe in the message that we're preaching? Do you believe that you are one of these people on that tribe? Because chances are, if you're going through the curses that was prophesied to come upon our people, all right, and all of the things that the Bible says will befall our people, and you believe, then chances are you may be one of us. Can I go ahead?
I gotta get this real quick, just to get this point up. This is Titus 3 and 6. But avoid foolish questions and genealogies and contention and striving about the law. They are unprofitable and vain.
Genealogies, right? Do you know which nationality Frederick Douglass was from?
I know his dad was a white man, so his paternal lineage has got to be like European or something.
There you go, right? So just because a person is dark skinned, they don't. When it comes down to the word white being a nationality, or when it comes down to black being a nationality, the so-called that's the reason why I say the so-called white man, which is Esau, the nation of Edom, he's the one that came up with that. We call ourselves by nationalities. Baba Kashad, Arya, can you grab Psalms 83 and 4? Because the so-called white man, what he does is he wants everybody to forget about their nationalities. Because if they forget about their nationalities according to what they were called by the Bible, then people won't call to mind, okay, what's going on with the Israelites? Where's the Israelites? Because we're God's chosen people. You know, we were the people that were set up to be the rulers of this place, man. This world was created for our sakes. We're God's chosen people. He chose us out of every people on the planet Earth. So what the white man does is he wants to cause us to be forgotten. He wants the name of Israel to be put out of remembrance. Go ahead.
Psalms 83 and 4. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembered.
God, so and not just them. You know, there's other nations that are partaking in it as well. They want to cut us off from being a nation that we be no more in remembrance. And one of the ways that they did that was by what? Calling us after other names. Calling us by bywords and proverbs. All right? Seminole Indian, that's not the true name of our people. Puerto Rican, that's not the true nationality of our people. Dominicans, Native American, Negroes, that's not our biblical heritage. That's not our biblical nationality. These are the names of on this side right here. Those are the names of the tribes of our people, man. Not black and white, not Hispanic. But those are things. Those are titles and names given to our nations. Names of nations given to our people by the so-called white man.
That's right.
Why? Because who's in power right now? Who's ruling over the world? Who can rewrite history? Who can say these people were called this or call this people that, or say that you will no longer be called by this nationality, but you're going to be called this? You know, it was them because they're in power. Kind got them scriptures, Numbers 1 and 2. What else did I call for?
Romans 8 and
okay, that's
16.
Yep, go ahead.
This is Numbers chapter 1, verse 18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers.
So your pedigree is determined by the house of your father, whatever your father is. But like I said, you can't really trace back your family, your father's lineage. The majority of us grow up without fathers in the house, because that's one of the curses that came upon us. Can you grab that Deuteronomy 28 and 54? You know, a lot of us grew up and our fathers were gone, man.
Shit, my dad died when I was 5 years old, man. So.
Hey, there you go. A lot of us grew up without our fathers, and we grew up under the vibrations and